one thing that is for sure certain is a tone was set. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And I don't think a slip up like this is going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? So like I think it was one of those things where you can't you're sickened by the fact that it happened, but now the fact that it happened, there's very less likely chance that it'll ever happen again because
Right.
of the repercussions of it happening the first time.
Yeah. And so as someone you've played in the NCAA, you've kind of and you have a lot of experience within basketball just on the side of covering it, right, for sports media. Where do you think the NCAA can improve from here, right? Because this is a pretty low bar, but we also expected a lot more from them.
Um, so I think the NCAA could improve in a lot of ways, but the thing
Yeah.
is, the NCAA then had so many flaws. Is that it's just like for a long time, like we just started addressing players' right to compensation. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We got these universities and the NCAA making millions of dollars off the backs of athletes, not really caring all the time about some of the things that are needed, but
Mhm.
making all this money. I think, the NCAA is really willing to suck the blood dry of its athletes. I mean, it is that simple. Um, in terms of improvement, it is just time to listen to the players. I
Right.
mean, at some point, I think the NCAA players, should have been a union of the NCAA players. At least when I was in, I would have loved for, there to be some sort of players union where all the athletes from every type of sport can fill out some sort of survey or, questionnaire about things that are needed. The
Mhm.
NCAA wants to improve. They got to listen to the people that is making them all this money. Because at
Right.
some point, there's going to come a time, Cat, and I don't know when, but it will come when the NCAA is going to fumble in such a major way if they don't change. And some of these players are going to strike.
Yeah.
And it's going to be for the right reason. Like, once the reason is motivating enough where the players like, all right, we starting to realize like y'all can't this NCAA don't go on with or without us. There's no
Mhm.
games that none of us decide to play. Coaches don't make money. Because at some point that's what's gonna happen. These collegiate players are gonna just start taking matters into their own hand and starting to realize that they got some power in this. I know
Mhm.
most people are gonna be listening to this and thinking, you know, you're you're a student athlete that is getting a free ride to a university and you should be grateful and not be able and not say so many things. I've heard this before.
Mhm.
But that's not the only thing that is about just getting a free education. The same way I'm using the university as this device to give me this education, you are using me, the athlete, to make more money for this giant engine you call the NCAA. You're using me, and I'm not talking about me specifically, just athletes using the TV deals to pack your stadiums, talking to the universities. So there is a bit of power that these athletes have because they're not coming to just like, they're not coming to just see the school. They're coming to see the players. They're coming to see the talent. So if the NCAA, to answer your question in the simplest terms, if the NCAA wants to improve or be better, they got to start listening to the players. If that means sending out every 3 to 4 months, sending out a questionnaire or something to fill out, whatever it is, start a players union, a players representations group, like a leadership group where there's a bunch of representatives of athletes. But it got to be something that is a direct line or direct voice for the athletes in the NCAA.